We are living in a new generation of technology. We are dependent on it. We can't do nothing without our devices. Technology is an essential part of life. We use it every day in our daily routines. Technology makes our existence better. It makes life easier. And it gives us everything we want. It's like that we are saying the human race doesn't need religion anymore. And technology is solving all of our problems today. What would you say? I for one have to say I really like technology. Just look around and you see some form of technology being used one way or another. Technology today can seem extraordinary compared just 50 years ago. We've sent people to the moon. We cure some diseases that in the past killed millions. We significantly reduced global poverty and hunger, and we have nearly limitless information constantly available right at the palm of our hand. This begs a question: why would we put our trust in anything else? These amazing advances in technology are exciting and irresistible. No wonder we can take two different sides on these advancements, one with pessimistic or skeptical terror. Yet at the same time, these tools are shaping our lives, our families, our jobs, our communities, and our societies. Has technology solved all of our problems of today's time? Or will it solve all the problems in the future? Let's look at 3 things to keep in mind. 1. We must realize that technology isn't good or evil, but it isn't impartial either. We tend to want easy and straightforward questions and answers. However, technology is too complicated and too powerful to be simply just good or just bad. That same piece of scientific knowledge can be used by humanity for enormous good, or it can be used for depriving us and be used for evil. Yet, that doesn't mean technology is simply impartial, as if all that matters is the intent of the person using it. We see that technology transfigure things about us and our society over time. Just look at social media. It allows us to associate with people all over the world, access more information than ever before. We can learn about world events as they are happening. Yet this same technology has also led to a noticeable increase in loneliness and depression, broken relationships, the rise of hatred, social breakdown, and the rise of global violence. It is as if technology lives in a web of common lineage that bonds our relationships. This means that the effect of technology is greater than just merely a single tool or device. Technology can affect and even instruct us in innumerable ways. It can create a recognizable need for something we didn't even know we needed it. We can say that technology shapes us every single day in both good and bad ways. 2. Science and technology can't provide an answer for everything. We can see that while science and technology helps us to understand how the world works, even the greatest technological wonders offer no answers to why the world exists at all. Fundamentally, our sense of morality, the common good, and our place in the vast cosmos comes from something larger than ourselves. We need to understand that technology has limits. It can't explain love or meaning or our need for importance or our moral compass. Scientists have been searching for ways to explain the nature of morality simply on worldly specifications without any reference to God or faith. They choose to notice nature and try to obtain some sort of moral structure from the scientific method alone. However, time and time again the truth they derive only speak to how the world works and not why it exists at all. We must understand that the most amazing accomplishments of technology have failed to help us find out why the universe is the way it is and how we are to exist in it with each other. 3. Technology can be a strong force for good, yet we shouldn't impulsively trust it. In our computerized world, with its magnificent ideas and advances, makes it very easy to deceive ourselves into believing we are actually in control of the universe. We are tempted to believe that these tools will rescue us from the fractured and damaged world we live in. But this belief fails to realize that these tools bring with them a multitude of complex ethical difficulties, and often generates as many issues as they solve. We see that a research into microbes and viruses that help us create cures for diseases can also be used to create biological weapons. I don't see that technology isn't heralding an idealistic future or repairing all of our problems we have today or tomorrow. Just in the 20th century alone, boasts the greatest technological developments ever seen, yet it brought on some of the bloodiest wars and racial killings in human history. Technology, as useful as it can be, is a disappointing place to put our hope in. Our problems aren't isolated matters that we can solve on our own with the things we make. While technology can help us reduce pain and improve our living conditions, it brings with it a host of ethical problems that we need to solve. Here is where our faith helps align us in the middle of innumerable questions that are whirling around us. Faith bounds us in the knowledge that God has created the universe and He calls us to love Him and love our neighbor. God created us in His image and with the abilities to create powerful and useful tools. Only when we join this freedom to create, with faith in an all-powerful and loving God, will humanity truly grow. So, do I think that technology will solve all of our problems? I will have to remember these three key things. Technology isn't good or evil, but it isn't impartial either. Science and technology can't provide an answer for everything. Technology can be a strong force for good, yet we shouldn't impulsively trust it. Putting our trust in mere man instead of Jesus Christ our Lord will only make us slaves in our own man-made world that will take all freedoms and deprive all of us for the sake of worldly greed. If you enjoyed this video, please click the bell. Thanks for watching.